Please, devs, for the love of God, bro, stop bringing out trash controller keybinds. Like, I'm genuinely tired, bro. Like, you see this L1 R1 stuff. It has to go. It's 2025, man. We cannot be doing L1 R1 to scroll in between your hotbar. Like, when did this shit come? Like 4 years ago. We've been doing this thing for 4 years or 3 years now, bro. Like, it just gotta go, bro. Like, I'm tired. Okay, so I am not gonna be naming any games in this video. I'm just using Wagarashi because it's one of the games that's doing really good right now. But if you are a dev and you have been getting a lot of suggestions from controller players to rework your keybinds in your games, you know yourself. And you should be watching this video right now, okay? You should be watching this video, but shout out to this guy though. He's the reason why I'm making this video today, because just knowing that there's other people who share the same problems I'm having in the game was a huge motivation for me to make this video today. So if you're a controller player or a console player, please like and subscribe. Okay, we're like brothers in arms right now, you know. We share the same birds and stuff like that. Okay, so for devs, bro, like, it's so easy to get keybinds. All right, if you don't know how to make controller keybinds, the two best ways is just to look at games that actually have good keybinds, like Ninja Time, Peroxide, Jujutsu Infinite. Okay, these are the three games right now that are out that I do know of that have really good keybinds. Or you can make a suggestion tab on your Discord for actual console players who actually play on the game to vote. All right, you make a suggestion and then console players will recommend keybinds, and the one with the highest vote gets to be on the game. Okay, that is how you build connection with community. I am so tired of games putting this L1 R1 stuff in the game, and I'm going to explain why it's so inconsistent right now. But first, there's other parts of this keybinds too that are also pretty bad, so I just want to address that, so that if the devs are seeing this, maybe they're gonna want to, you know, just rework it, because this game is a PvP game. Okay, and when it comes to PvP fast-paced games, you can't have inconsistencies. You want everything to click at the right time. Okay, now one major issue with the keybind that I've seen is when you press down D-pad, okay, you use it to activate your weapon, but down D-pad is also used to grip. Okay, that is so inconsistent. Why? Because anytime I grip, it deactivates my weapon, meaning I have to activate my weapon every single time I grip. Okay, and when I'm fighting multiple NPCs, this is going to be very inconsistent. It's like when I started this game and I was fighting the NPCs, it was so inconsistent because I was dying every single time, because sometimes I didn't even remember that my weapon was not equipped. Every single time I had to equip it. And the worst part is that you can't equip your weapon while you're getting punched. If you're getting punched, you can't equip your weapon. So if somebody jumps you, okay, from behind and just starts putting you in a full piece combo, you can't equip your weapon if you don't have it equipped. Like right now, I'm standing right now. If somebody jumps you, you cannot equip your weapon. I'm gonna pull up a clip of me getting jumped by two people, bro. I could not equip my weapon for that entire fight. That's the main reason I couldn't win that fight. Or of course there's two people, but like, yeah, that's a bug. All right, I want you guys to fix that. Make it that you can actually equip your weapon while you're being comboed, because that's just recipe for people to just get a one shot every single time, and it can make somebody really annoying. Okay, like, this game is not a bad game. I get the idea of this game. It's like a battlegrounds game, but when you have inconsistencies like this, it can drive people away. Okay, now number two is that you can't use your crit and your uppercut moves when you're using the L1 and R1 stuff. Okay, now if you haven't seen my controller support video on the keybinds, to be able to do an uppercut is going to be R2 plus L1. Okay, that's how you'll be able to do an uppercut, R2 plus L1. Oh yeah, you have to press L1 first, then R2. Okay, and then to be able to do the crit is either you jump, all right, and press R1. I don't know why it's not working right now. It usually works. Maybe it's because there's nobody here, but you jump and press R1, or while you're in the air you press R1 and you're gonna be able to do a down slam. Okay, now you can't use this while you're using an R1 L1, and to be able to activate your R1 L1, basically like going into combat mode, you have to press R1 and L1 together to be able to use that. Okay, now when you're scrolling, you can't use your jump crit. Okay, this is one of the inconsistencies that I'm talking about, is that you can't use two of the major ways of fighting. Okay, the crit and the uppercut is very important when it comes to combo extending and getting combos in this game, and you can't use that while you're using your skills. Again, put out a suggestion in your Discord so that people can recommend keybinds, because it just screams money grab. You know what I'm saying? You're just throwing something out there just for people to hop on into your game, and then you money grab and you don't care about it. Like, okay, now down to the L1 and R1 stuff. Now, the reason why I said this thing is inconsistent is because of the scrolling. Just mainly because of the scrolling, all right? And also the fact that you have to use R2, the same key you use to M1, to be able to activate the move. Okay, now that is so inconsistent. Why? Because there are some times where you have this activated, but sometimes you don't want to use the move before you M1. You want to M1 before you use the move, and when you have it activated, you can't do that. Okay, now some people might say, oh, you could just turn it off and then turn it back on. Yeah, you can turn it off and turn it back on, but guess what? When you turn it off and turn it back on, let's say I leave my stuff in Barrage. When you turn it off and turn it back on, you can see that it's not in Barrage anymore. It's in Primary Lotus, meaning every time I turn it off and turn back on, there's a chance that it's gonna be in a different skill that I don't want to use at the moment. Okay, that is the inconsistency I'm talking about. I'm gonna pull up a clip of me PvPing right here, and you're gonna see it. I literally have to pause and wait and look at my screen to freaking scroll my stuff to the skill I want to use before I can actually fight. Do you understand how bad that is? That makes me look bad as a player. Okay, it makes me look so bad as a player. Like, this is so inconsistent, on top of the fact that you have to scroll all the way to the end. Let's say you have a skill that is so important that is at 5, you have to scroll all the way to 5 to be able to use the skill, and you have to press R. It's just so inconsistent. Again, like I said, put out a suggestion. I've said this is the third time I'm saying it. Put out a suggestion in your Discords. Every dev, if you're gonna bring out controller support, because I am one for games bringing out controller support, because we do need more games. Okay, if you want to put out controller support, please put out a suggestion so that people can recommend, because I know some of you don't know the controller keybinds, because some of you play on your PC a lot. Put out a suggestions. I have recommended a keybind for a game called Hollow Era, and even though the keybind is not complete, the keybinds are really good. You can go check it. Okay, you can see what I recommended right there. That is a good keybind right there that you can actually use. This R1 and L1 stuff is so inconsistent. I'm gonna pull up a comments that I got in my last video of someone that actually commented, and he actually made a very valid point, and I completely agree with him, because that is also a reason why you don't get a lot of console players. Like, even him, he was saying, like, don't even play this game. Like this is proof that people are gonna go away if they see something that they don't like. And people always be complaining, oh, but controller players, they're so small. Yeah, they're gonna be so small if your keybinds are terrible, if you bring out terrible keybinds. Okay, no hate, but it's just a fact. Alright, so to end the video off, I just want to say, okay, it's not just Wagarashi that has these problems. There are so many other games that have controller support and are just damn near unplayable. Especially a lot of the new games that are out right now. I'm not gonna name names, but if you're a dev and your game has controller keybinds and you know it's trash, you know yourself. Okay, I'm not gonna name names because I don't want it to feel like I'm attacking anybody. But y'all gotta start listening to controller players. Okay, I've shown proof in one of my videos that I did in the past that there are people who are willing to play on console. My RuneSlayer live video is damn near 4K views. Okay, damn near 4K, and there's literally no content in that live. Okay, it was just me hopping on and then figuring out that RuneSlayer didn't have any controller keybind. So y'all really gotta do better. Like, this is just speaking from creator to creator. Like, it's 2025, bruh. There's a lot more controller players out here, and it would be good if we just get some respect from these devs and, you know, have them actually work on keybinds and, you know, just the way of life of the game, because it's getting old. It's getting really old. Okay.